Welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show with Chris, Joe, and Rob. The crew is taking your calls, so dial in at 1-800-808-5548.
And welcome back to the Real Estate Rat Pack Radio Show. We are here with Renee Davy Oakum and Rob
It's
Cook.
really, really early at 9:47.
It's 9:47. We have Granny in the house.
Oh, wow.
That's so uncool. You're so busted when we get on the air.
You know, the great thing, though, that is actually a badge of pride. That is really neat.
I'm never telling a secret to you again.
Yes. You know, I hate to say it. It's public forum at this point. No, I'm just joking. But, you know, we are here to talk about a great subject matter, and that subject matter is something that you excel at. You know, a lot of individuals, we're telling them all the time, get your home ready to sell, get it on the market. So a couple questions I want to ask is, number one, is now a good time to put your home on the market?
Absolutely.
And what is as ideas and suggestions you would suggest somebody to prepare their home for sale?
Okay, so talking about time of year to put your house on the market, the best time of year, well, obviously we're in Houston. We don't get bogged down with snowstorms and all that. So any time of the year is a good time to put your home on the market. Obviously now, early spring, people are moving when school is out. You're seeing a lot of homes going into contract with lease back so that people can stay in their homes, and buyers are allowing them to do that because they don't need to move in until summertime. So now is a great time to put your home on the market, especially because there's absolutely no inventory in the city.
Like the lowest it's ever been, right?
Like 2.6 months.
2.6 months. If you'd talked about this in, 2008, 2009, you know, we had homes on the markets for 2 years.
7.9 months.
And so there is no inventory.
Right.
So this is an incredible opportunity as a seller to put your home on the market.
Okay.
Things to do to the property. You know, people ask me this all the time. Actually, yesterday, someone messaged me on Facebook. You know, we're thinking about putting our house on the market. What are the 3 things we need to do? Well, sometimes there's more than 3 things. And also, you know, you figure you've lived in the home, and when you live in a home, you live in a home. It's not a model home. You know, it's a family home. So you have to look at it from a buyer's perspective. That and not get emotional, you know, about things. If someone comes in, such as the realtor, and says, you know, you need a fresh coat of paint, you may need to replace the carpet, you know, the front of the house may need some fascia boards replaced and painted, and you may need a few little roof repairs. You want to do some of that. What is the word I'm looking for?
Deferred maintenance.
Deferred maintenance. Not to the staging yet. We're still talking about deferred maintenance. The deferred maintenance that we as the homeowners, I'll do that next week, and I really don't care about that right now. So you want to do some of those things that a buyer's inspector is going to find out about anyway.
Right.
So
So do you recommend that they have an inspection prior to putting the house on the market? I know some people do that.
Yeah, some people do that. You know, if someone asked me that, I honestly, depending on how long it's been since a home has been inspected, if it's been a while, sure, why not? Find out if your hot water heater is about to go out, because you may have a home warranty in place, and you could go ahead and replace that hot water heater if it were to break, or, you know, things like that will appeal more to a buyer. So, you know, behind the scenes, we're talking about deferred maintenance. Things that maybe we as homeowners have put off because we didn't want to spend our weekend doing those things. You know, you may have to invest a little bit of money to get your house ready for the market. Like I was talking, you know, if you need new carpet, go ahead and put carpet in. Don't give the carpet allowance. Buyers don't want to have to do all that when they buy.
Well, not only that, they don't see it. I find a lot of buyers are linear thinkers. They see what they see, and they often don't have the ability to see it with the new carpet. So
that's absolutely right.
And they're not going to, when they're looking at it, they're thinking new carpet, they're deducting, $10,000 for new carpet, when it actually might be $4,000 for new carpet.
Right.
So you've kind of got to take that out of the equation entirely.
You know, and we talked about the exterior of the house. You know, everybody talks about curb appeal, curb appeal, curb appeal. Yes, that is very important. You know, you want to clean the house up on the exterior. You want to freshen up your landscaping. You want to make sure the front door is beautifully stained or repainted.
Right.
The windows need to be clean. that's got cobwebs all over them. Get those out of there.
Cobwebs are no good then?
No, they're
Okay,
not.
okay.
Cobwebs are associated with spiders.
Okay.
So then on the interior of the property, you want it to declutter. We talk about that all the time. A lot of homeowners don't think their homes are cluttered because those are their personal things. That's what makes their house a home, is to have all those things around them. Pack it up. You're moving anyway. Pack it up. Put the boxes in the garage, or get you a pod, or put it in storage.
We had the pods people on. That's the very thing we talked about. It's just
Absolutely.
get that stuff out of there. You're moving anyway.
You're moving anyway. Go ahead and pack it up and get it out. I love your 47,000 grandchildren and every picture they've ever had in their whole entire life, but we can go ahead and pack all those up.
Well, and not only is it important to pack it up, but to depersonalize the home a little bit.
Yes.
But it's also for personal safety. And I tell people this all the time is, a lot people don't want to walk into anybody's home and see a whole bunch of other people's, right? Mm-hmm. But the other thing is, from a safety perspective, there are some unscrupulous people out there.
There are.
Who actually go through to try to to walk through homes to see what they can actually come up with or identify, et cetera, et cetera. So you want to depersonalize it.
Well, not only that, I'll tell you the other thing that happens is if you ever watch your buyers, if they walk into a place that has a lot of picture, and what do your buyers start doing? They start looking at the picture.
Yeah, they're trying to figure out what the family dynamics are. Oh, well, why are they selling? You've got why are they selling? Because they can see the seller's life in the house, and they need to be able to picture themselves in the house.
Right. And so what you're doing is what happens. They end up looking at the stuff. They're not looking at the house at that point and imagining, as Renee was talking about, themselves moving in the house. So that's a really, I'm like the cluttered Nazi.
Right.
And refrigerator magnet companies hate me because that's the first thing that goes.
Yeah. So, in the study, in your work, if you have home workspace, make sure that's really tidy.
Right.
Even though that's where you pay your bills and you maybe take care of your paperwork, keep that all clean and tidy. Put it all away, organize it. The bathrooms need to be absolutely perfect. I do not like toothbrushes out.
I would agree.
She might be worse than me.
I put all those personal toiletry items away. Just bring them out in the morning, put them in a tub, put them underneath the cabinet. The house needs to be as though, when we talk to the trend maker gentleman, Will, when you walk into one of their model homes, you can see yourself living there. And that's what a buyer wants to feel like when they walk into a seller's home.
I would absolutely agree. And then what are you talking with people about right now? Because one of the things that I have seen is the next biggest thing is to come up with how to effectively price your property. And one of the things that's going on is there's a lot of misnomers out there about I can put it on for whatever price and it will sell.
That's incorrect. And even though inventory is extremely low, we talked about that, a lot of sellers are feeling as though they can add or pad the sales price because there is no inventory. But buyers are smart.
Right.
And if this home sold for, $437,000 and the house next door or two doors down is a similar home and the seller has it on for $525,000, well, the comps are there and doesn't matter about inventory. And then you also have the appraisal issue. So it's really important for sellers right now to trust the realtors and the suggested list price that the realtor can provide per the comps.
What's our running theme? Hire a professional.
Hire a professional.
Listen to your professional.
That is correct. And speaking of that, one of the things, we have a lot of listeners, and a lot of times those listeners have our personal cell phones. And so one of the listeners actually texts me right now, and she said, do me a favor, ask Renee a question. She had mentioned a bit earlier in reference to doing the deferred maintenance. Mm-hmm. Should you make the deferred? Is it advisable to do the deferred maintenance yourself or to contract a contractor to do those deferred maintenance items so that you would have proof and receipts, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, it depends on what the deferred maintenance is. If it's, replacing some rotted wood or painting some exterior or interior, things like that you feel you can do yourself, absolutely. A homeowner can do those things themselves. If it goes beyond that, do get a professional. If it's plumbing, electrical, mechanical, do get a professional, and do keep your paperwork and your receipts and any warranties that might be in place.
And that I think is very important, as you mentioned right there, because a lot of times they're going to want to come in and see that you made those repairs.
Right.
And so in order to do so, I hate to say it, the traditional home buyer wants to know it was done by a professional, a licensed professional.
A licensed professional. And that does add value to the house.
I would agree. I would absolutely agree right there. You know, and then we talk about, obviously, pricing. And then the last thing is location still the number one thing that sells a property? Location.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Location is very important. But, you know, Houston is such a big city in the surrounding areas. There are phenomenal locations all over Houston. It's not just one area anymore. You know, you've got great locations in the Woodlands. You've got great locations in Magnolia. You've got great locations in Interloop. But location, if you're going to buy a house, if you're going to buy a property, make sure that the surrounding areas are going to provide increase in value on the property that you're buying because of the location.
I would absolutely agree. We know we're coming up against less than 2 minutes. I don't want anyone not to know how to reach you. Let us know how we can reach you, if you don't mind.
Well, you can reach me. My cell number is 713-456-9861. You can email me directly at Renee at Davy Oakum, BHHS.com.
Well, you already got the new
Already
email.
got it.
I love it.
Absolutely.
I like that.
Absolutely. So, yeah, I'd love to. You can email me, you can text me, you can call me. I'll answer any questions anytime for any listeners out there.
And, you know, she does a lot of business around this area. She's a great, great agent, whether you're looking at buying a home or looking, as she mentioned, putting your home on the market. Give her a call.
Please put your home on the market.
New, great
Please.
addition to Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Anderson Properties. You know, one of the things also is we have a great individual, was with Rob actually on Thursday. Her name is Teresa Kennedy. She also every day before we sign off, gives us a saying to say, and her saying today is, God is the great I am, not the great I will be. Trust in Him today. And I think that's really good, because one of the things we talk about that all the time is, you know, it's important to know, you know, how blessed we are to be, and all of us. And we all sit here today. We're all in great health. We're all great individuals.
Very blessed.
We've got a lot of blessed aspects to our lives right here. And you know, I tell everybody the one thing I would want people to know from this show is that, you know, hire a professional. Look at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, and don't forget, is Houston's a great real estate market. Get involved with it today. Until next time, we are out.
Thank you.